Flashing thoughts ignite the spark. Microphone, our only friend. Tonight marks the year's end. Slot Master leads the way. Russ Factor's here to play. Fleshy P with words so raw. Say goodbye but feel the awe. Last show for 2024. We'll be back wanting more. Three guys, one part ain't done. We'll return in the sun. Laughter echoed through the night. Arguments and pure insight. Memories of jokes and tears. Counting down the final years. Empty chairs, but not for long. Come next year, we'll be strong. Hold your breath, just one more beat. Finding rhythm incomplete. Last show for 2024. We'll be back wanting more. Three guys, one part ain't done. We'll return under the sun.
Why are they all so sad? They always talk about crying and hiding our tears.
Well, that's basically what I do when I'm not live on the air. Welcome, everybody. How are you? The last show of 2024. Hi, the Slot Master 316, right here with you on episode, I think it's like 11 or something like that. Good day to you, Russ Factor, who is 1,622 miles away. Hi, Russ Factor. What say you?
Without cussing and ruining monetization, I'm fine.
Great to hear. 2,622, listen, 2,622 kilometers away, straight due north. Our old pal Fleshy P, how are you up there in Canada?
All right, I'm doing pretty good.
Did you understand that a little bit better when I said kilometers instead of miles like I normally do?
Now it makes sense to me. I was thinking, what the hell? What is this mileage? What?
We have a special last-minute addition to our program. Coming up in about 15 minutes, we are going to have a special guest. So you do not want to miss that. Stick around.
Stick around.
Stick around for that last show of 2024. I cannot believe a week from today is the old fat man will be sliding down chimneys. And Santa will be coming too. Can't believe Christmas is just, 7 days away?
Wow, yeah.
7 days.
Do you have all your stockings hung with care, Fleshy P?
I was just going to say, the fat man might be sliding up a chimney. Know what I mean, does he?
Hey-o. Hey-o.
Yes. Lights are up, stockings are hung.
With care, I assume.
With care.
Russ Factor goes, we don't put lights up. What are you talking about?
Come on. Imagine me on a ladder putting up lights.
I just throw mine. I throw them, and wherever they land, that's where they stay.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I did. It was so perfect. I was watching some form of video on some form of social media. Speaking of Duzzy and chimneys, I saw Duzzy walking hand in hand with the one and only Krampus. Last weekend, maybe? Everybody familiar with who Krampus is?
Yeah.
Duzzy was leading him around.
Oh.
And apparently, as legend has it, Krampus steals candy from kids and makes sure that the kids don't get stuff. It has some sort of like devil worshipping.
I thought he stole the kids.
He might steal those too. I believe it came. I guess he accompanies Saint Nick and visits children on the 5th of December, night 5 of December. Yeah. Immediately before the feast of Saint Nick on the 6th. Saint Nicholas rewards well-behaved children with small gifts, while Krampus punishes badly and gives out birch rods. Oh, God. So I thought it was real convenient that old Duzzy was walking around with Krampus. Krampus looked pretty scary.
Just suits her.
It does. Krampus is usually featured as a man with horns and one grotesque human foot and 1 foot of a goat. Shout out Flaming Goat Lips.
Hey.
And he's typically covered in black hair and has a very long snake or dragon-like tongue. These qualities have increasingly made Krampus a character of horror in films and costumes. Interesting.
Did you Google all that, or is this just knowledge you have?
That is knowledge that I Googled. I did not know that. I knew. I've heard of Krampus.
Yeah.
And I thought it was very funny that she was walking around with Krampus, and perfect. She would never be found with a jolly man. That is not named Fleshy Pete. Big shout out is in order to the channel that hit 40,000 subscribers.
Who did that?
Last Sunday. Would like to thank everybody and those 40,000 subscribers that are so loyal.
I thought we were gonna hit it in Vegas, but oh man, they did most of the work while we were in Vegas. I'll tell you guys that, because we walked into Vegas at like 37.9K, and we almost hit 40K in Vegas.
We did. We got like 2,500 subs or almost 2,600 subs when we were in Vegas. We were live a lot in Vegas, which was fun. That was part of the point, was to hit 40K. We almost did it. I needed about just under 500 when I came back. I went live on Tuesday, or one of the nights. I can't remember, Thursday.
Yeah.
And then got a couple hundred, and then took it over the hurdle, or over, what do you say? Over the finish line.
And you celebrated with just the worst internet you could possibly have on a night like that.
Right.
That was unfortunate.
I'm actually really upset with my casino. If I can.
What was funny is you ended it going, but nobody loves you. Not even Russ after 2 edibles or 100 milligram soda.
It's just frustrating to me. I don't know. I kind of.
What are you gonna do? Because it's like you're gonna reach a point where it's like you're gonna realize how much they don't care when you start annoying the fuck out of them.
They don't care. On every social media post that they post, I put, "Hey, any word on when the Wi-Fi is going to be fixed in there?" It got to the point so bad that you can't even log into their Wi-Fi.
What the fuck?
Right. Normally, it's a little thing that you, like a hotel or whatever, that you log into, and then you agree to
you get your 24 hours of internet.
Yeah, but whatever. It's, you can't even log. There's no even login.
Wow.
So, wow. So we can't even do that. So I am all on phone. So if you've been noticing, I've been playing a lot of the same games. It's because it's right by the door.
They're in your zone. Yeah. I wonder if, and it sucks because you're on the same as I am. I wonder if AT&T or Verizon have a better situation than T-Mobile.
I don't know. The thing about it is most places in the casino I have almost full barrage. But
Yeah, that's never meant anything.
Oh,
As
it
you can
hasn't?
tell. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I thought it meant something. I guess not.
No.
I guess it doesn't mean anything. I guess it means nothing.
See, let's get real nerdy with it here. Sometimes I have found that in certain establishments, if I go into my phone and I tell it, don't use 5G, use 4G LTE, it works better. Because it's a stronger connection, is all. Something to think
Why
about.
is that? Why is that?
It's kind of like how like gigahertz worked and like
Don't know how those work either.
so if you've got a wireless router and you know that it has a 2.4 gigahertz mode and a 5 gigahertz mode, the 5 gigahertz mode is faster, but it's a much smaller bubble. The less gigahertz, it's like AM radio, man. The less gigahertz you got, the wider the bubble is. I can bounce off the atmosphere, all that shit, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. Something to think about. Noodle that one
Also-
through one night.
I just got a message that in the chat, Mr. Moen, North Dakota's finest resident, just gifted 5 subs to the community. Thank you so much, Mr. Moen.
Right.
It's fantastic. Greatly appreciate all the support,
Deb
Mr. Moen.
C, Larissa, Stacy, Silly Sally got one of those, and HY. There you go.
Mr. Moen, always being supporty.
There you go.
He is a fantastic individual.
Luckily, it wasn't Hockey Mom. It would just be me and you getting the sub slot master.
Slot Master, Russ Factor.
She started noticing she like gifted to yours one night, and then Bubba's, and she goes, "All my shit always goes to Corey, and how come you guys aren't subscribed?"
I was and am and always have been subscribed to Bubba. I don't know why it went to. Maybe it was because a lot of times what I'll do is I won't click the announce it to chat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that doesn't, but it said I was like a 17 or 18th, 20-month subscriber to Bubba's. I don't know how I got that sub.
Yeah.
I was reading up a little bit on those subs and memberships, and it normally goes to the people that watch the most
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
and are the most active in chat that are not members. And then it said there's a little bit of a formula that it'll give to new subscribers to get them
I assume
activated.
it looks at people that are there too, right? Like at the time.
Yeah, you have to be in.
Twitch is not like that at all.
Right. I'll get alerts, hey, of people I've subscribed to. You got a gifted
You got a gifted sub
subscription.
to Tim the Tat Man. Oh boy.
You got a gifted. Oh,
I
hey.
haven't watched that dude on Twitch in
cool.
2 years.
Right. Speaking of Tim the Tap Man, and speaking of Dr. Disrespect, Dr. Disrespect has gone over to Rumble and has made quite a rumble over there. I saw their stock went up almost 6%, basically overnight with all the numbers that he has brought in Prime, not Prime, what do they call it?
Premiums.
Premium subs.
And I think
for
the way
Dr.
that works
Disrespect.
is like you don't sub to a specific channel. You're subscribing to Rumble Premium, meaning like if you have multiple content creators, you get their premium content if they have it.
Yes, that is correct.
That's cool.
That is kind of cool. It's kind of limited, so I don't know how. They must have some sort of formula. Like I'm a premium Rumble member, so I watch time hours must go to Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah, it's got to give them a chunk of that. When like, I've always assumed that the way it works is kind of like what YouTube allegedly said it was, but wasn't. Where, like, if you're watching when ads would normally play, then there's got to be a cut. Like,
Okay, yeah.
I would guess that's kind of. I have
get
no
that.
basis behind that, but I've heard some thoughts that. Like, because they've always said even premium subscribers' watch hours help, and I'm like, well, it's got to be kind of like that then. That it like takes a pull. Who's watching when we're gonna run ads for everybody, but not these people? Okay, now they're gonna get a cut of their premium subscribers who don't get ads.
A couple caveats about getting gifts on YouTube. You must have it switched on by default for the most part. I think it is. And in your settings, I think it is. You must have that clicked. So I'm not sure exactly where to do that. So if you have not ever gotten a gifted sub, you've probably more than likely have them turned off. And then there's people like Socks who get them in every single live she watches.
Yeah,
Every gift that's ever given, she's gotten.
straight to socks.
which is fantastic. All right, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna not switch gears, but sort of switch gears. We are gonna bring on a special guest who we spent a lot of time with in Vegas last. Let me see. When was it? Last 2 weeks ago, or whenever we were in Vegas. He it's a lightning rod. Wherever he goes, there is I wouldn't say controversy. There is a lot of good times, but the trolls always follow this fellow around. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my friend and yours to the program. He goes by the name of Buffalo Bob Slots. Buffalo Bob, he might be muted, actually. So if he's not muted, Russ Factor, there you go. How are you, Buffalo Bob?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Russ Factor is kind of switching your, so you got a little face there. Oh, no, now there's two of me. Look at Russ Factor just on the fly. Not only on the fly, but his mouth is open, and he is catching flies in there. So he's doing a fantastic job.
Look, there he is. It's Bob.
Hey, look.
Oh,
my God, it's Russ Factor. I love you.
oh.
You're beautiful.
You too.
So I was actually just watching this on my drive home. I was watching this video that I'm trying to think of what the name. What's the name of it? The channel, Russ. I just hit my wrong button.
The iced coffee hour.
Iced Coffee Hour. Did a fantastic interview with Vegas Matt. It was like a 2.5 hour interview with Vegas Matt. And then what they have done is they have broken down each of the, I guess basically each of the segments into like 7 or 8 10-minute clips. And I just, the Roulette Master actually sent me this clip, and he started to talk a little bit about Advantage Play Slots. So what better person than Buffalo Bob, who is the founder of LearnToBeatSlots.com. And you too can learn to beat slots.com if you go to that website. He's got, how long have you been doing all of these books? How many years have you been compiling these?
A little over 2.
2 years. And you've got 10 books, so 90 books total. You just released your ninth?
Yeah, we have 90 games total, and we'll have an app released hopefully by January, maybe.
Nice. What's the app going to be called?
SlotSharkApp.com.
Slot Shark app. It's kind of hard to say, but
there's some feedback, Bob.
Instant feedback. Is it not hard to say? Slot Shark.
Slot Shark app.
It's called Slot Shark, but the domain name Slot Shark was taken and really expensive.
But was slotshark.app taken?
That I don't know. I will ask John.
Russ Factor. So
all I'm there for is the knowledge and the stuff. He's the IT guy.
So basically, what this app was going to do, because I got to see a preview of it when you're in Vegas, it's really cool. You download the app, and I'm not sure how they're going to have it. It's probably, I don't know how it's going to be. It's going to be a pay for.
You want to see it?
Yeah, let's see it. Okay, so you can see the games right there.
Hopefully
What
no
you
one texts me anything bad.
Yeah. So you can see the games, and what happens, they gave us a little bit. So you can scroll through and see the games, and then you press that button on a certain game, and then it will tell you what numbers to play.
Yep. All the information you need right there, and all pictures and everything.
Yeah.
We have 90 games in the app as well right now.
And so I when you guys were working on that, you were not sure exactly how you were going to charge, like an audiobook situation or whatever. Have you guys worked that out on how you guys are going to charge for it?
Not exactly. I mean, it's going to be some monthly based subscription, and we'll add 2 new games a week kind of thing.
Nice.
which puts it. We're about a year out of games basically, so that's good for us. We have probably 80 more that we could write.
That's what I love. Bob's on his streams, and every now and then he's like, "Oh, let me take a picture of that for the."
Yeah, I take a lot of pictures.
It's actually really cool. So there's all sorts of people that I don't know if you've ever watched Buffalo Bob Slots on YouTube. I would say it's 70% people that are trying to, or for the most part, if it's the first time watching, calling bullshit.
Right.
Then it's 30% of the people that are on your side and explaining, hey, I've made money doing this too. Do you have, I know you have like a kind of a crew. You have like Dakota Slots and Colonel Slots and all sorts of folks, Papa John Slots that are
Papa John, yeah, all those guys are doing it with us as well. And then we have some math guys like Chris Hartman and them help us with all the math and backside of it. But yeah, we have a lot.
So what goes into finding exactly what? So, kind of giving a little bit away. So if everybody's familiar with the Frankenstein game, we'll give a sneak peek. It's probably the easiest, the Frankenstein game. So what goes into what you look for in that game?
Just the game, the multipliers in the blue. Like, are you asking how we determine this information, or how do
Yes.
or what the information is?
Both. How did you determine what that number is, and what is that number?
Well, the safe number is probably 18, but I count different than most people. I count the blue blanks as 1. So if it's always going to be a 1. So some people will just count the multipliers. The safe number's 18. I'll probably play 15s on stream just because I have to stream more than real true numbers, or I'll play one thing a day and you guys will all be bored out of your mind. So we increase variance when we play. But as far as how it goes into it, there's a whole bunch of us that are just collecting data. After 200, 300, 400 samples, we're just figuring it out from that, and hopefully more. And we have a bunch of people that are just giving us this information too. So
I found it interesting. So yeah, you can see the Frankenstein game, and what he's talking about is those blue boxes underneath there. So the blue boxes are what you count for. Like he said, is if it's a blank box, it's 1. And then if there's a multiplier by it, you would count that as whatever the multiplier is. And then you say you play 16s or 18s is the safe. So if you add up to 18, that's the safe.
right. So here, watch. Let me go to this. So here's the actual picture from the app. So that's a play of a 32. I don't know how
Wow.
it's showing it. But as you can see, so like these are counted as 1 is the way we count them. It was the way we used to do Madonna as well. Madonna doesn't exist anymore. But Madonna had a counter over every reel. So if it was blank, it would always be a 1.
Is Madonna, is that the greatest AP game that's ever existed?
I believe so.
And Madonna was a locket
There's
link?
I Bustin' Money is giving Madonna a run for the money as the greatest AP game ever invented. I think I've lost on 3 Bustin' Money plays in my life.
Bustin' Money is something that Maddie McCraven's turned me on to, and I have had a lot of success, and they just put that game into our casino. Look at you, Russ Factor. You're going just ham on the live production here.
Just
I
stuff
like
live on the fly right here on the air, Don't mind me.
So why don't do you have that video queued up, Russ
I do.
Factor? So this is the iced coffee hour.
Yeah.
Vegas Matt and his son EJ were talking. So thank you to Iced Coffee Hour for playing this. So let's just take a listen and then kind of hang on for a second, or listen for me. I'll tell you to pause it, Russ, just so we can get some feedback from Bob.
Let's take a look. Let's take a little gander.
A guaranteed payout of 10,000. If someone wanted to walk around for like 3 weeks straight to try to find a slot machine that has a guaranteed payout, like how could they differentiate that?
Well, they'd be competing with about hundreds and hundreds of people that just like walk around the casinos nonstop looking for these, 6 or 7 plays that exist.
Yeah, you could go to a machine. Like we could sit you down next to a machine, and I'd say, watch how many people come by here and poke this. Like every 2 minutes, somebody will come and poke it. You can Google advantage play, but like I said, it's very competitive, and there's not really any money in it.
Okay, pause.
It's the
What he said. Well, you can Google it, or you could go to learntobeatslots.com. Profile in the my bio. So he said that there's hundreds competition. Competition. What he said is not necessarily wrong on that first part. Tons of
the
competition.
competition is there. That is a true statement. The fact that there's no money in it, he's out of his mind. I assure you, I'm more of a profitable slot player than Vegas Met will ever be.
Well, I don't disagree that. I think that where he is at, and the reason I enjoy watching him is the entertainment value that goes into it. And you always know the good thing about Vegas Matt is the kid EJ puts him out at 1:45 Central Time or 11:45 Vegas time every single day, and you always know it's more of like a show or a program with slots thrown in it. And that's why I think that he is wildly successful, because everybody, it's kind of crossing over a lot with folks and resonating with folks because they're interested not only in their story, but the characters, so to speak, on their deal. So I also disagree with what he said is there's no money in it. I've seen it. I've seen it work. I've seen it at work. I've seen you do it.
Yeah.
You've taken Russ Factor and I and Roulette Master around and made a lot of money doing it.
All I do, so.
And it is all you do.
That is my only income.
And you were saying that you used to Bob used to be a professional poker player and has won a considerable amount of money on the World Poker Tour and traveled around.
You were just in a little tournament I saw.
Yeah, we got in the $5 million free roll. We didn't do very well, but we got in.
You got in.
That was
I was showing that to my buddy, and I said, I think you were over at the Win, right?
Yeah, it was at the Win.
I was like, look at this. He goes, what's that? I go, it's a World Poker Tournament thing, and they're just crammed inside an expo hall. And he said, that looks terrible. Looks hot in there.
You should see the World Series of Poker. There's 5 rooms that size.
It's hot in there.
If you ever come to Vegas in the summer, oh man.
Hot didn't cross my mind, but smelly came across my mind.
Yes.
They kind of the two kind of work in tandem, you know.
A bunch of stinky dudes. So, okay, go ahead and press play there, Russ Factor. Let's listen out.
discipline it takes to make money at it. Again, it's like everything. You'd have to be so smart and work so hard, at this point in time, like it's getting harder and harder and harder as more and more people know about it, and a lot of casinos are taking out all of the.
So that's something I want to say is I've been hanging out with you guys. Just coming to Vegas now this last year, multiple trips, and this year alone, I don't know if I'm just more attuned to watching. But I feel like there is more and more people who didn't know what AP play was a year ago do now, and they're learning it. And you see more people poking around all day at your casino. Is that?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Why do you think that? Because they're watching me. We're putting this information out to the world. Like, of course.
And I see it now everywhere. I'm like, holy shit, there they are. Look at them.
Oh, they're everywhere. Yeah, it's an army out there. Like,
I'm going to be going
true
to
competition is hard.
I'm going to stop in this hole-in-the-wall casino finally when we go up and see my mom this weekend up in Payson, Arizona, and they have a casino right when you turn the corner of the mountain into the city. And I guarantee I'm going to see at least 5 AP players running around.
Probably will. You probably will. You'll see someone. Somebody will live there. That's the thing. And that somebody's probably making $70,000 a year. So.
And I'll walk up to them and say, "You know Bob?" And they'll be like, "I just got the ebook."
I hope so.
I think that
on the pirated copy
genes
of
out of
Black Web or something.
Do you think that you're shooting yourself in the foot by not only selling these books but going live every single day? Have you thought, man, there's going to be this point where it tips
Well, yes and no. That's why I'm doing it, because it's going to end for everybody eventually. That's the problem. If this game ends, then where do we go from there?
Yeah.
So if we have a successful YouTube, I could do other things.
Well, we're already hearing news about like MGM properties already
Tracking.
running AI to fucking take away free play and comps and shit. For like the casinos trying to combat it.
Right.
They see it as a
throw that out,
threat.
yeah.
The rules
I
of
would be
comps
worried about some casino
enough to matter.
backlash when if a lot of more people were doing it besides you, Bob. Like if a bunch of people start doing it, the casinos are gonna catch on to these kind of things more. Have you thought of that kind of thing?
It can go both ways, right? The more people you're putting in there, you know what I mean? Like, and
yeah.
that's right. Like the more you're getting people on these machines as well, you're creating more plays as well. So
Right.
we don't know the outcome. We don't know the outcome of creating an app that could cause chaos. But again, this is me focusing on my bottom line, basically.
Right.
You in this job and any like edged poker, or well, not poker per se, because poker's gonna always be there. But any kind of edge you have against a casino, you always know that you're on a clock,
Oh
You
yeah.
bet.
and stay ahead of the game.
Press play on the video. Let's watch this video a little bit more.
The casinos anyway. And even if you play something that is in an advantageous situation, you can still get completely and entirely wrecked.
Yeah.
Like-
Just because you're a 1% favorite doesn't mean you're going to win money every time. You can still lose $50,000 easily.
So is there a certain machine that you should play, or are the odds better on one machine versus another? How could you tell that as a player?
Slot machines or
The slot machines.
just play the ones you enjoy. I think that's what we should preach here is whatever you're having the most fun on, play that. And you're never going to get an advantage on it. Playing high limit is another example. Sometimes the household will be 2% less if you play in high limit. So if you're betting $5 a spin and you're max betting a machine on the regular floor, but you can go into high limit and the minimum bet's 5, play there because the household
Pause
might be
real
a little
quick.
bit less in high.
Is that true? High limit has less, or the RTP back to the player is high limit is more? You ever heard-
Sometimes higher denom bets and higher stuff, yes, could have better RTP. That is a fact.
All right, go ahead and play.
High limit.
And how do you know when to walk away?
Well, we never do.
Well, I mean, that's, there's like literally, like those brochures in every casino, like,
Yeah.
call 1-800-GAMBLER or whatever it is. I mean, it's like any addictive behavior, how does you tell the alcoholic when to leave the bar? I mean, the reality is bars are still legal. Like, it's been kind of an interesting topic. I mean, because whenever you're talking about anything controversial, it's like, well, who ultimately there's self-responsibility, right? Or is the government in charge of everything that we do?
No.
What we do for a living, if we gamble, if we drink, if we do drugs, it's like, oh, well, if it's bad, it should be illegal. And then I'm not, that's not how I really roll, but the answer is how to walk away. If you're losing too much, if losing money, you're playing with money you can't afford to lose, that's a great time to walk away. We're in a really great situation now in that, we have YouTube revenue, we have merch revenue, we have, endorsement revenue, we have, we can't lose anymore. So that's kind of fun. I mean, we lose, but net, we're not going to lose, but the average person who watches we were, thanks to EJ, I think, and Robert, amongst the first to really show the truth about gambling. Our show's more like almost
Pause.
a podcast these days.
False.
Let's hear it.
We went live on TikTok before I met Vegas Matt and EJ in 2022 at the M Casino. And they had, I think I had 88 or 90,000 followers on TikTok.
Yeah.
When TikTok had the ability to go live and gamble. He was not, he barely had a YouTube. He maybe had 5,000 subscribers, maybe 10,000. Coincidentally, I can't remember what my cousin and I and Bubba were there, and I think they won. It was either 48,000 or 78,000. He got a he drew a royal flush on Ultimate X, like the 10-way. What would that pay, Bob? Is that like, would it be 78,000? It was a lot of thousands. I think it might have been 50,
Yeah,
48 or
depending on
50.
the bet, yeah, it's pretty big in the multiplayer.
And they won. We were streaming live. They were only streaming on Twitch, and they had a pretty decent following. And they were not. Very shortly thereafter, they went on their meteoric, just huge blast. But something that we have always done is we have always shown unedited live wins, losses, everything since the very beginning. The very
yeah,
get-go
you've had
of
whole
the
videos
situation.
like I like to think back to your Play It For Me Slotmaster series alone. That is a perfect example of a series that shows a lot of losses.
Yeah. My guess is I only stopped watching after that advantage. My guess is he's going to talk about D Lucky or something like that. So press play.
We talk, we gamble, we talk about all kinds of different stuff. We have the question of the day. We have all our funny sayings. I do my wacky, wrap ups, and the gambling is just kind of happens. But we were the first ones to really show our losses, because it used to just be like, oh, I push the button and I get a big jackpot right away, and it's like, that's just not true.
That's I'm guessing a shot at D Lucky, not a shot, but talking.
Well,
about
he said
just
that
like
they used to do that too. Is when he was first producing some shit. It was all like, look at these little wins I'm getting here.
Yeah, the thing about. I mean, I don't want to make it all about Vegas Mad, but because I like it, I watch it every single day, and a big fan of that. And like I said earlier, you always know when it's coming. You always know there's going to be the cast of characters, and it's always going to be well produced and well edited. And they don't edit out the losses, which is cool as well. But it's fun. It's fun watching those guys. Press the end there. We got just a few more minutes of it.
It's a losing proposition. So when to walk away, do not lose your rent money, because you could go and get completely wrecked. Like, I mean, you can sometimes. It's just uncanny. Like, remember the other day?
You lose way more than you expect you can sometimes. Like the other day,
We played this machine at Resorts World, and we did great. It was a new machine, and I mean, it was an incredible video, and it was like, wow, I love this new machine, And I'm like, man, the machine manufacturer should give us $1 million for this video. It's so good. So then, like a week or two later, it showed up at El Cortez, and we went to El Cortez to play it. And again, just random. It's a random number generator. Every time you push the button, that there's 10,000 different outcomes that could possibly happen, or whatever the number is, and one of those 10,000 outcomes is going to come up. It's a mathematical random number generator. Then there's a percentage of time or whatever, and over an infinite horizon, you're going to lose about 5% of what you put in. But the second time we played that machine, we lost $53,000 in the course of an hour.
Christ.
And I think we hold the record, I believe.
Yeah.
At El Cortez, that the manager, our good friend over there, told us, he goes, you guys just set the single machine record for losing the most of anyone in history.
Holy
So
shit.
at that property, yeah.
I'm going to call the people at Guinness, not the beer.
So I've always been curious about
Not the beer.
this, slightly off topic, but when you press the number, or when you press the the go on the slot machine, is every time randomized, or is it like preset
all right.
where it's like the seventh time you?
All right, watch enough.
You don't want to know
These
the answer
guys-
to this question.
When you press go on the slot machine,
You don't want
is
to
this
know
guy
what
ever
you don't want to know what his answer is to this question. Is what I'm asking.
I didn't like the dumb question.
Well, let's hear the answer.
So
no.
this gets clicked.
So the way I've learned to think about it is, if you imagine a giant roulette wheel with,
Yeah.
like you said, 10,000 different outcomes.
Yeah.
Every time you push the button, you're spinning that wheel, and you can get one of those different outcomes.
Okay.
So you can
That's
get
pretty-
the
yeah,
zero
okay.
outcome. And
So he's given a pretty safe answer.
No,
as
that's
to
a
what
good
he
answer.
thinks. Yeah. I get
It was
it.
just
I
a
get where he's going.
weird question. You don't press go on a slot machine.
Yeah, but we've
No,
asked
but-
similar questions here, like during a bonus, is like this randomized or not? And we kind of found out during your Super Grand that there's elements at play. Meaning, when we sat there and jaw jacked on stream before you thumb pressed that fucking thing, had you pressed it instantly, or had we waited another 30 seconds, you very well might not have hit it. Like there's still
Right.
stuff at play even when you're in that bonus level. So yeah, I mean, but yeah, we've asked questions similar to that when we're just thinking about when we're in bonuses or on slots and shit. But
I think that the thing about Vegas, Matt, is it's kind of like the Tiger Woods effect in golf. Every slot channel, whether they hate them or love them, should be kissing the ring of Vegas Matt and his crew. The reason why is they are paving the way for all of these other small slot channels like myself to go into casinos. They've made it more sociably acceptable in a casino and casino operators to allow you to film. I mean, 5 years ago, Bob, don't you think it was basically unheard of to film in a casino?
Or much harder, yes.
Well, I'm sorry, say that again.
I said, or much harder, yes. It was much harder.
Yeah, without sneaking. Yeah, I mean, I mean, Vegas Matt has almost 900,000 subscribers just on YouTube. He's got 500 million views, 500 million views. He averages, let's see, almost 1 million views a day. It just is climbing and climbing and climbing. He's averaging the last 30 days 900,000 views on his channel. His weekly average is almost 6.3 million views. And then the last 30 days, he's had almost 27 million views. That is absolutely incredible, and a ton of eyeballs that are on his on him and on his channel.
One thing that he did say that he thinks he's a pioneer in, that imagine if you and I lived in a world where me, you, Bubba, Cody Burton, Socks, Maddie McCravens, Bob, all of our friends were all in the same city all year long, collabing like this. We would school him on that whole. We've got our phrases and we got our cast of characters, man.
What'd you say, Fleshy P?
I just said, imagine if Matt had an OnlyFans. That would just skyrocket him to stardom.
But if we had what we wanted to do, because you and I know, where I'm going with this, is the sense that when we're doing the Vegas shows and everyone's there, like we have a certain vibe about it, and you and I have a lot of experience of that from doing things like this all the way back to our radio days. We would school this dude in like cast of characters and funny phrases for fucking slot streams. If we had it all year.
I mean, we'd probably have a few more subs than we do now, but those guys, I would probably, I don't know, those guys are in the casino every single day. It's their job, but it's every single day. It's like, Bob, how do you hate or do you love to play slots?
I don't really enjoy it, no.
And I've watched you, Bob.
I like the money.
And I'm like, I couldn't see Bob going out and doing like a Corey stream where it's just like I'm just gonna go blow my money tonight on the machines that everybody requests.
No,
because he plays a lot of stuff. Like a lot of stuff that you play is not AP. and I've never seen Bob go, well, I'm gonna sit. This machine looks cool. Let me sit down here.
I played $4 on Zap today. $4.
And it hurt, didn't it? You were like, you felt a tummy.
Every minute of it. Yeah, I was like, there goes a cheeseburger.
Not this last trip, but the trip before. I think Bob gave $100 in like a group pull.
Yeah,
and he was pretty uncomfortable with what we were playing.
Yeah.
No, I just I don't, like I say, you need to with Vegas Matt. Like I say, he's got almost 1 million followers. He'll be a million. I think their goal was by Christmas. They're gonna miss it just a little bit, but. Man, they are let's see, how many subs are they getting? They are getting 1,000 a day, so 7,000 a week, a little over 32,000 a month. So
you know who the squirrely fella reminds me of?
Which squirrely fella?
The guy, not Vegas Matt.
Let's see, in like a month,
month and a
half, they're gonna get that that
The dog just took a shit.
million. Live on stream. Fuck yes. I don't know who that is. Who is that? I can't see it.
He's a little actor from like some comedy stuff. He was on an HBO show called Silicon Valley. I think he's done some drama. That's what this dude. The whole time I've been watching him, he looks like this dude. I don't really know this dude that well. I've just seen him in like 4 or 5 roles over my life.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He looks like that.
He does. Yeah, and like I say,
with Matt, though, like Matt's getting so popular for his entertainment value. I really don't think it's for his slot play. I mean, he does. He is. They're trying to play slots that people like. They're trying to play popular slots. They try to play new slots. They're not looking for advantage play. They're just going in and playing. And then I know that he knows that he's not going to probably make any money.
That's what I was curious about
from
this
the slot
interview.
play.
Is because they started talking about AP a lot, and I was like, I don't watch
Right.
Vegas Matt a lot, but I'm like, he's not an AP guy.
But it's like
what's
he
up.
said on the interview, he's going in, they're selling the merch, they're getting the views on YouTube, so they probably got a nice pay coming in, a steady stream of income coming from YouTube, and then the merchandise and everything else is where their bread and butter is, right?
yeah, I think the slots is the vehicle for their entertainment and their cast of
Exactly, yeah.
characters. Yeah,
Exactly.
and every single one of those guys has their own role. EJ's the smart one. Vegas Matt's the comic relief. WBG is the nice guy. And W2 Jesus is the big loud guy in the back that screams Buffalo or Bull Blitz. But they're entertaining and it's they're not going to win on slots, and they know that, and it's just their entertainment that has a value, and they've caught on, and they resonate. It's a father and son team, so I guess people probably played slots or did something with their dad, but it's
And I went back to the early, like I sometimes, you get a little bit bored. I've even gone back to some of your earlier ones. But Matt's earlier ones, he wasn't playing big. His earlier videos, he bet hard. It wasn't much more than $10. Now they average. I think their favorite bet is $50 to $60. Every once in a while, when they want to try to promote, they've gotten 700,000 subs or something, they'll play, $100,000 through a machine. But other than that, it's.
They recently, within maybe the last 7 or 8 months, have bumped up that bet. Looks like you said they started out, wherever, but now it's just going to kind of. It seems like with the rest of those folks, it just keeps going up and up. Like with Raja, his $150, $200, $250 a spin. With NG Slot, his are huge. His are 500, 750.
Massive guys.
It's massive, guys. Guys, this is massive, guys. I just
and for
think
me, like watching NG, I love watching him because I just find he's funny. He's very comical. But there's no bloody way in hell the average person is going into a casino and betting $500 a spin.
No. Have you ever bet that, Bob?
The what?
What's your highest bet you've ever done on an advantage play?
$200, but it was probably something like Dragon Unleashed.
Did you win?
No, I think I bricked that one. I had $100 Dragon Unleashed. That was a 2-spin 10K.
I got
that
a
was
question.
my best 2-spin.
Two spins, so you spent $400 or $200.
$2 to win. It paid 10,100. It was $100 in Dragon Unleashed.
What's your most you've ever lost in a day, and what's the most you've ever won in a day?
The most I lost in a day was at Laughlin, and it was like 3.2K. And the most I won in a day was whatever the higher Piggy Mega was, 23,000.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy.
But my normal swings are bad day 1K, good day 1K. We swing at that level.
And there's more good days than bad days.
Many.
And the thing about your stream is, like the proof is in your product.
Right. It's not like I'm posting winning videos like the D Lucky scam, right? I'm showing you the days I lose. You could go watch it if somebody wanted to go compile 2 million hours of video. You could see exactly what I've won on stream. I'm not hiding anything, right? Like, you'll see days. There'll be days that I'll lose a couple $100. I mean, a real bad day, like I said, I might lose 1,000. But I mean, if you just take my last 3 days, I'm up. I went 1,600, 600, and up 600 already before the night stream tonight, and that's just this week.
How many hours do you think most all of the hours you stream, right?
Almost 100%, unless I'm on like the phone with someone or something, or like bullshitting in Discord. Yeah, most of the time I'll be live, just because why not?
Right. I mean,
Like honestly, what I do is boring as hell. So the streaming, when I first went to streaming on TikTok, and whatever, I was like, okay, this makes my job a little bit more fun. I could bullshit with random people on the internet.
right. That's why that's kind of how my whole thing started. Is my cousin goes, "Man, you're down at the casino. Why don't you start filming it?" And he was
Right.
like, "People are playing bingo and scratchers and doing that on TikTok. Why don't you just start streaming?" You know, my cousin said that, and I was like, "Huh." I've never even heard of TikTok. I was just telling my kids to stay off it, and next thing you know, we've got 100,000 people.
He's like, the
watching us.
Chinese are gonna get you. Get off it, kids.
It's China. It's gonna
Yeah.
be huge. China.
I got a question for Bob.
Yes?
What was the transition from I'm not an AP slot player to your life of going to a casino to play a slot machine and being an AP slot player? Because I feel like you started there.
Well, I was a professional poker player for.
Yeah, that's what I'm
15 years.
saying. But when you moved to
Okay,
slots,
so-
I feel like you started AP.
Right. No. So what happened was, my friend Kank said he was also a professional poker player. The way he worded it to me was the Russian mob taught him how to beat slot machines. I'll never forget it. That's how he worded it to me. And me, being very math educated, told him to screw off in a nice way.
Yeah.
So then he said, no, I'm going to buy you lunch. Let's go out. I want to show you what I know. So I remember that day was the first game he ever showed me was Aladdin. Then we played, and he showed me a game that was Harley Davidson. It doesn't exist anymore. It was a skin of the game that was like, nice, keep going. I don't even know the name of that, but that doesn't exist anymore either. But that Joe Blow, some of those like early game stuff, Madonna was learned pretty early as well. And once you see it in action, you get it. Like math-driven people, you get it. Like it makes sense. And once I put in 6 months of doing it, like starting with like 1K, I'm like, I'm not gonna go crazy on this. I had $30,000. Like, okay, this makes sense.
What did you do before? You played poker. Have you ever
That's
had
what I said.
like
I don't think his
like-
entry into slots was ever. Slots are fun to play.
yeah, it was like quote unquote a real job.
Did I ever have a real job? No. But yeah, sort of. I would seasonally drive for UPS PVD, personal vehicle driver, because it paid like $45 an hour, and I would do like 4 hours a day. But it was only like for 6 weeks or something, like this time now. I actually got the email if I wanted to come back. I'm like, no, I'm good. But I did that for like 3 years on the side.
I need to pause.
I never held a job or had a job at all from the time I was 23, I want to say.
Pause just 1
when I was
second
in
here.
college.
How old you now, Bob? 27.
Hold on,
wish.
just pause 1 second. I need to give a big shout out to Mr. Moen, North Dakota's finest
what is
citizen.
Oh, wow.
Gave an $80 donation to the super chat to the program. Can't wait. Slot Master, congratulations on 40K. Thank you so very much, Mr. Moen. Thank you.
Wow. James,
You were a part of
MVP.
that, James Moen.
This is appreciate it. So anyway, you went to. It's weird because not that you're different, but your online live stream personality is a little bit more brash than, like right now. You haven't told anybody to go fuck themselves in about an hour, and that might be a record.
He doesn't have a chat. He doesn't have a fucking chat to deal with.
I can't see the chat, so I don't know.
Here, can you take the YouTube off there, Russ?
Nope.
And then, so you are it's crazy. Like all of you guys that are, all you people are very smart with numbers. I believe you had a math degree.
Yes, and trumpet performance.
Oh,
Or well, music performance, specializing in trumpet.
there you go.
I mean, you would have never guessed that.
You got a
that
trumpet
Bob
next to you there, Bob? You can play a little ditty for us before we get out of here later.
Little bitty.
It's our last show of 2024. Bob playing the trumpet is what I had on my bingo card.
Yes, and that's why I fangirl trumpet wife's husband. He actually has my dream job.
Oh
I
yeah,
tell her that all the time.
you were telling me about Trumpet Wife Slots is a slot channel, and you live stream a little bit with her, and I was kind of asking the connection there, and you said because her husband, is he like, I mean, he's got to be, there can't be that many better trumpet players than him in the country, right?
Him, probably not very many in the world.
That's crazy. That's awesome. So that was the connection there. That's cool. So after college, you East Coast, and then you moved. How long have you lived in Vegas?
15 years, give or take. I mean, I was coming out here like right after I graduated college. I want to say my first main event I paid was the 2004 main event, so that was the first time I came to Vegas. So I would spend the summers in Vegas every year for 6 weeks for the World Series of Poker. I grinded poker at Foxwoods mostly. Mohegan had already closed their poker room, but then reopened it right when I left. I played a lot of tournaments at Borgata as well. I was in Atlantic City a lot as well. And then at that time, Vegas was the capital of the poker world. The UIGEA happened, which basically made online poker illegal in the United States. Most of the money I made actually was on Poker Stars. I would play poker online on my computer. They passed the UIGEA, which basically said we cannot transfer money for gambling and doing anything else. Whole other story for another day. You all know. But that basically was the reason why I said, screw it. I packed my bags, came to Vegas with like $5K in my pocket, and here we are. And still here. Can we find somewhere else?
And now you've just got dogs shitting on your floor.
I cleaned it. and my Dyson,
dog.
and my Dyson came today, so it's gonna get a workout.
Can I get that dog? So I'm trying to think that, I mean, your entrance into the online slot situation, was never.
Now my dog's humping on TV.
It is.
Fuck yeah.
That sounds like me. I like to take a shit, then I like to hump.
There you go.
Your online entrance, because I first met you, I mean, 5 years ago on TikTok.
Yeah.
And we just kind of came together. I don't know, I don't even remember, but that was not, it's always a lightning rod of, you're a lightning rod. People love to smack talk, and people love to say thanks.
It's a great combination for sure.
Oh yeah.
You were very vocal against the guy that got TikTok shut down. And you weren't the only one, but he thought you were the only one. But
Right.
there's a lot of people that were involved in that, and now it's just interesting with the transition to YouTube. YouTube is a different, more difficult situation. I have found. What have you found about YouTube?
It's much harder. I mean, like if you look at us on TikTok, I mean, we went from 0 to 40, 50,000 in what, 4 months, 5 months? It was
Right.
quick, right? Like I'm not even close to 40,000 at now.
That
But yeah,
algorithm.
it's different. I mean, God, we would have 0 if they didn't even
much
institute this.
harder.
I mean, like if you vertical thing,
Right.
Yeah.
that changed the landscape of it.
For sure.
But yeah,
I don't think I honestly, it's not a slight, but I don't think Corey, you'd be where you were if it wasn't for the time TikTok quickly expedited.
No, I wouldn't either. For some reason the people on TikTok really took to what we were doing.
Most of
And,
our
you know,
regulars that we have today are diehards that are here with us hanging out. The 316 family, they're from TikTok.
yeah, we have a
And a lot of mine are from TikTok too. The problem, what happened with me in the transition, I had lost my TikTok before I started my YouTube, so I wasn't able to be like, "Hey guys, I'm over on YouTube." So they were kind of like, "What's up, Fred?"
Bob
Yeah,
died. He gone.
I got shot off in the TikTok wars. I was one of the ones that was up in the minefield and battling it out. So a lot of us went down with the ships out there.
I think that with that, it's very interesting how much more stable YouTube is. Like every night, Bubba and I would go live on TikTok. We would be like, please don't report us. Please don't get banned. Please, did I say anything
and
against
just getting
somebody
banned
that
for
would report us?
nothing. Like you get a bunch of haters
Please.
who mass report over there, and TikTok
Right.
would ban
Yeah.
first and ask no questions later.
Right. YouTube is much more fair, and they do review stuff pretty quickly and
Yep.
whatever, which is good. But
Yeah,
on the
it
other side,
is.
on the other side in the YouTube story, there's people saying shit that is like
I mean-
crazy, and they're not getting it shut down too. So
But when you do get banned on
Weird.
YouTube, there's usually a reason for it. So,
usually,
and TikTok,
like-
that was not the case.
I like
no,
the fact.
TikTok, you would have been like, "Hey guys, what's up, black screen?"
Right. Yeah, I like the fact that that's how YouTube is. I like that people can't just mass report, or
Right.
if they do mass report, then it's reviewed by a human.
There's like a live team, and it's massive, and it's global, and like it's not all automated and AI controlled like TikTok's ban system was at all. Because if that was the case, you'd see all major creators just getting banned all the time like TikTok, and that's not the case, which is really cool. There's so much that isn't cool about YouTube, but like that, the fact that you can stay on the air, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that you can keep providing content. It's a proud thing for these content providing sites.
Right, and that's the thing is YouTube needs to figure out the vertical live stream. I love the fact that
Yeah.
we were able to get subs as fast as we were and grow as fast as we were. However, the pay scale is I wish it was
Not even
pennies.
close.
Well, it doesn't run ads,
Yeah.
right? I don't know
No,
how
it
this works. We do
does.
this podcast in vertical now. Corey made me
We-
do it. We figured it out, and we do it in vertical.
It does run ads.
Speaking of the
like-
TikTok days, going way back now. When I first started watching Corey liked the old school reels. Whatever happened to that guy?
Ah, well,
they
he
took
go-
them all out of our casino.
He goes.
They took
wherever
them
the-
all out.
He goes wherever the wind takes
Yeah.
him.
I mean,
There's-
my
Yeah.
biggest live stream was at what's it called, Circus.
Yeah,
There's
there's
2,000 people watching.
Where's the guy
There's a-
who just played nothing but pinball and top dollar all evening?
yeah, and cash machine. I think that the majority they took out all but one. You know what, Fleshy Pete? Tonight, I believe I'm going to go to the casino after this. I'm going to dedicate the stream to you, pal. Fleshy P, this stream is going to go out. Requested dedication all the way 2,222 kilometers away, Fleshy P.
Hey, can I
I'm
get
gonna
you to
play-
buy
I'm
one
gonna
of
play
those
this
gift
thing.
cards and send it to my dad for me tonight? I'll send you some money. I ran
Yeah.
out of time to get a Christmas gift.
Yeah. Russ Factor's going to have me buy his dad a Tito.
Yeah. Ooh, that would actually be ideal. But he has 30 days to spend it, right? That's pressure to get down to the casino.
180. whole 180.
There you go. There you go.
I'm trying to think. I think that I'm trying to figure out what do you think is next in the whole. I've got some plans for 2025. What are some of the outlooks that you have in the coming months for your channel, Bob? What do you think the direction it's going to go is? Do you think that they're going to continue to? Obviously, you're going to have the launch of your app, Slot Shark app. I think that. What do you think the direction is of your channel?
I want to be more structured. I mean, right now I just stream what I want, go what I want. I feel like the more structure you have, like when we did the pre G2E, I'm going from 10 to 20,000 and did it in a month and a half. more of that. Like just focus on building as much as I can. At this point, we'll be on the let's see what happens with YouTube if we ever want to switch to horizontal to take the money aspect of it. But what are we going to make? $30 a stream? It's not even worth switching at this point. So, our hands are tied by what YouTube will eventually do. But like I said, I enjoy it. So if I could put in 8 hours a day in like 2-hour blocks with a little time, because you just get beat and like you can't. There's nowhere you could go for more than 2 hours anyway. So that's where I kind of want to go. Maybe by the end of the year, hit 50K.
It was crazy how fast you grew when you were trying to get to 20K. Everybody's like, there's no fucking way he's going to get to 20K in this short amount of time. And you did it with like 8 days to spare prior to G2E. Yeah. It was, you had to have been the only other slot channel that I've seen grow as fast would be that Jackpot G-Spot. Or whatever they're called now, which I enjoy watching.
Right. Jackpot slot.
They're crazy though. They're betting $50 to spend for 4 hours. Come on,
50's low.
That's not what Bob's about. I keep telling you guys. I watch Bob enough to. I'm like an outsider. I watched Bob enough to know. My question earlier was like he doesn't enjoy this like you guys do.
Bob should just do a stream of him and his trolls. I love it. You handle those guys like
that's
nothing.
a great part. Like the trolls make it a stream, man. Like, like 85-90% of all my streams is walking around and just talking, right? Like, you're just talking to me because
I just love the way you deal with the trolls. That's my entertainment.
Yeah,
right.
I watch that all day.
And when I met Bob, everyone was like, if we need to find Bob, just watch out for the guy yelling in his chat. You fucking idiot.
And then we heard it. I go,
God can't fix stupid.
You can't fix stupid, you idiot. No, I don't know where it's going to go. I think it is, and like I've always said that the radio, working at the radio station with Bubba, and then later a little bit with Russ Factor, that kind of cut our teeth for where we're at now. A lot of bit with Russ Factor.
That was my comment about Vegas Matt earlier. Is I don't know why you're gloating over this Don Imus motherfucker because we're funnier.
No, I respect. And
but we're funnier, and our cast of characters runs deeper, and the references are smart and dumb and the best. Like I don't know. I feel like we're funnier. I feel like we're funnier when we're in a collective.
We're good. We're good.
See,
I will agree that. I will agree. I mean, where else can you get Big Bang Brad and Joe together to argue about LeBron James and Bronny James? Not many streams. Not many streams.
Not many streams have Bronny James content on them.
Not many streams have not only one Bronny jersey, but two Bronny jerseys on there.
And the owner of Circa seeing it.
No, that was just it's
the guy from the thing, yeah.
Yeah, I think that the Vegas Matt situation is everybody, including me. I appreciate all that he's done and continues to do. I hope that they will be even more lax on filming in a casino. I wish. There's got to be a reason he's not going live on YouTube. I don't know what that is. Maybe we could sit down with him and ask him, why aren't you going live on YouTube? There's a reason he's not.
We got no reason to not be able to hit that guy's team up and see if we can get him on. Like we're not a threat. We're not people who. Like why don't we try to poach that whale? Get him on the show.
Russ Factor, that's your task in
My God, you want me to do it? I'm a fucking video game streamer.
Right. Harmless.
Okay.
Take a couple edibles and give him a call.
Hey,
you can
Vegas,
do this.
Man. Because I'm going to butter him and go, hey, I don't really watch your show that much, but you're a cool dude.
And on this one podcast, on this one podcast, I called your kid a weird looking, what'd you call him? I called him something.
I didn't calm
But
down.
disregard
I
that.
said he looked like this other actor, and he looked squirrely.
Squirrely looking character. That's his kid.
He's squirrely.
No, that'd be cool to talk with him again because, like I said, it was
2025.
2 years.
We'll get him. On.
2 years ago, I talked a little bit with him, and he kind of looked at us. He's like, "What are you guys doing?" And then he looked over to see that we had like 9,000 people watching us on TikTok, and he was like, "Holy shit!
Yeah,
You have a lot of people in your room."
Fucking idea.
There's a lot of people in your
That's
room.
what I'm saying. We're funnier.
No, he's good. He was broadcasting live on Twitch later that night. He's got a fantastic Twitch.
I like this. It's like my wife's morning radio show, Kid Craddock in the morning. It's so funny.
He does go live on Facebook once in a while. I see that happen.
Yeah, I
But,
do.
yeah.
Russ Factor, what level are you at? Just out of curiosity.
About a 6, but it's our
Okay.
last show of the year, so I'm really letting loose.
I was gathering that,
It's like
and
our
it's
holiday party.
increased since the start. I can see the
Bob,
level.
Bob, I'm getting yelled at. Bob, I'm getting a reprimand from my manager right
No,
now.
you're not getting a reprimand. I enjoy Russ Factor at all levels. The higher, the better. But the sweet spot for me is about 4.5 to 5.5, and then about 8.5 to 10. So we're kind of in the little bit of the.
I got something for you.
Okay, let's get on that. Russ Factor, I just keep seeing it's like the Price is Right mountain climber. The yo, 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 up to that level 10. I mean, how can you not like Russ Factor? Russ Factor, Bob is one of your biggest fans. He loves you,
I'm his
Bob.
biggest fan. I love him. And he didn't even sign my boob like I asked. Okay, hold on.
You did give him a circus. Yeah, a circus card with your signature on it.
Hear ye.
He didn't even see it.
You didn't even see it. He just showed his circus card, and he was crying that you didn't take it, Russ Factor.
Bob, I couldn't take that from you. I took your other card though, which I still have, and it's very nice. But the circus card,
What's that? His MasterCard?
Oh, dude, that one's gonna bounce like a basketball. Good luck.
What on earth is this?
Moving to the
I don't know.
country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, I'm gonna eat a lot of moonshine peaches.
What are we doing here?
I got moonshine peaches since you were talking all your shit a minute ago.
Who? Me?
Yeah, you were like, you're between these levels and I don't like you at this level, so I'm not going to go back to the other level by the end of the show.
Hold on. I would love to throw a flag. I never said I didn't like. I said I prefer and I like more when you're 4.5 to 5 or you're an 8 to 10.
And I said I was at a 6.
Right.
So
I still
have,
like you.
Old Smoky Distilled Moonshine Peaches for you right here. Let me just grab a juicy peach for you. Come on, get on there. Look at this.
Wait, so
Oh,
you
and
like
someone brought me dinner.
we know it's time to go when the Russ Factor gets dinner from the old lady. What was that?
Russ, you dead?
Russ, you okay?
Russ, come on. Come on, Russ. We miss you.
All right.
All right.
So what do you take a shot?
Emergency intervention.
Do you Russ, have a seat.
Relax, buddy. Relax. Deep breath. Calm down. Focus.
So do you take a sip of that? What is it, like vodka infused peaches?
It's just moonshine.
Well, I don't even know what it is. Moonshine has like 2 X's on it.
Yeah.
Rats used to drink it on Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, that.
But I've never seen peaches or it bottled. That's the name of it, is moonshine?
No, it is moonshine, but this one has peaches in it. Sometimes it has cherries or Other stuff. This one was peaches, and this is moonshine. So now I'm at least to level 7.
There we go.
Okay, now we're getting closer. We are getting closer to where you need to be.
This is cornbread, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that cornbread. Oh God, I'm dripping.
THC infused cornbread.
No.
All right, Buffalo Bob. Thank you so much for coming
Bob,
Thank you,
things
guys.
got out of hand here at the end. I'm sorry.
You're just staticky.
on. Where are you? Rust Factor. Never. I've taught you. What are 2 things I've taught you?
We're not funnier than Vegas Matt. And
And Twitch moonshine rocks.
Oh God, I'm dripping.
to never apologize.
Never apologize. Those are the 2 things we have learned tonight. Go to learntobeatslots.com.
Is that a real website?
It is. Link in bio. In my bio. Yeah, click on that one.
Click on his bio.
Oh, there we
9
go.
books. 9 books that he's got. It's had a real website. Shit, Rust Factor.
I'm gonna buy this slot book number 8. Look at that.
Did you use my link in the bio?
Nope.
There you go. Advertisement. And you can see our app too.
There you
You
go.
can see your app. Go to learntobeatslots.com for all of the app needs. And use my link. What are you doing?
Right.
Use my link. It's in the bio, Rust Factor. Come on now.
No, I used
Yeah,
Bob.
put the right link in.
I used Bob's link so he could double dip on his own book.
Bob, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
We'll probably chat soon as soon as we get out of here.
Yeah, we got some stuff
Awesome.
to do.
What do we got to do?
You got something going. Well, I don't know if we're supposed to talk about it on the air.
Oh yeah, we do have that stuff to do. You're like at 11.
Yeah,
That's-
he's like,
that's-
"Oh, you're drunk, but I'm over here like a dumb idiot and don't know what you're talking about." Oh, until I do.
Until I do.
Yeah.
All right. This is the last show of 20.
I'm always one step ahead
You're 2
and 3 steps
And-
back.
and a half. Last show of 2024, and I
Not
have
my last
completely-
show though. My fucking calendar for Rust Factor show, my Friday show. Everybody, come tune into that. It worked out to where I have a show this Friday and after Christmas. Jesus, I didn't get a break. Follow me at Rust Factor Show on all things relevant: Twitch, YouTube.
Love you, Russ Factor. Fleshy Pete, greatly appreciate you stepping into the 3rd chair. It has been fun, and thank you so much. I'm very thankful for Fleshy P coming in there and hanging out with us every night and putting up with the Russ Factor.
Yeah.
Right, Russ
great.
Factor?
I enjoy it.
Well, I appreciate it, and I know we're a weird bunch, but I'm glad that you're still sticking around.
And I wish we were funnier than Vegas Matt's crew, but we are not. Fletcher Pay.
One day we'll get there, guys.
Oh God! One day we're
This
gonna
one
get
day.
there. Russ Factor.
Yeah.
It's the end. This is the end of 2024 of the 3 Guys 1 podcast.
Oh, I was playing that song. And then you
No,
just-
go. Keep playing. Keep
No,
playing.
I was
Play-
playing. I was playing with the song you were playing.
Oh, play us out, Russ Factor. Make sure to follow Russ Factor at Russ Factor Show. Fleshy P, he's in chat every once in a while. Go to learntobeatslots.com for everything Buffalo Bob. Follow me. I would like to give a huge shout out to Mr. Moen, Mr. James Moen. Gave a whole bunch of subs and like $80 or $90, a lot of dollars. Greatly appreciate it. I'm going to head to the casino and dream of Russ Factor. We will
Ooh.
see you.
That's my favorite dream.
We'll see you in 2025. You got a breath, Russ Factor?
Yeah.
Why'd you stop?
Yeah.
Keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop. Keep going, Russ Factor. Get one of them peaches. A little bit of that cornbread. Good.